Yes. I watched the last 20 minutes.
Cool. All right. So last time we played, it was a little while ago, so I'll try to give some like in-depth breakdown of kind of what happened. So you guys did stuff and you ended up at the place.
Things happen, no one died.
So you guys started off beforehand, y'all had made your trek to Jaru through the portals in the cave. You went to Jaru and immediately found a speakeasy, a hidden bar called the Blue Pearl within a seamstress, like a hidden bar inside there, which as y'all went in, you got dressed to the nines, beautiful gowns. I believe you all are still wearing that. I don't know. I know you guys were still wearing it whenever you tried to break in to the tower. So,
That's right.
but before we get there, you guys walked into the Blue Pearl, kind of started scoping the place out, and found out our beloved Vitra was semi-worship there. After doing some digging and talking to the Loxodon who runs the place, Sandeep, he found out that the bar was actually named after your father, Rumash, as he was a benefactor of the city long ago. After you guys had some good drinks and delicious aged port wine, you came up with a plan to try to break into the library to try to gain information that seemed to be hidden by the Bright Monks. Successfully breaking into the library twice, you found that there was actually only one book being hidden, and it was essentially the self-biography of a particular High Septon, the first High Septon of Heresites, where he talks about the time he spoke with Soul. Apparently the only person to ever actually do that. And in that same journal, if you want to call it that, he also talked about underneath the pyramids, there was a bunch of items. And this book was written in a prehistoric language of the gods. Very difficult to read. However, there was a piece of it scratched over in common saying Orion underneath the pyramid of Serene. So with this knowledge, you guys devised the plan to go to the College of Hudal in Tri-Town. After gaining entry past the gate, you guys made it inside to Professor Laundry, one of Cora's old professors from school. And after some debate on whether or not she would help you, she finally divulged information and helpful historical facts about Orion, about the situation you guys have at hand, and about his phylacteries, of which you guys think you have one, being the eye. That's pretty much where we ended off. We pretty much ended right there. You guys had just left the room, but you guys are still at Hudal. I believe the plan for you guys was to either visit Lake Vistaki to try to find any fallen debris from the Battle of the Gods, or to talk to her mom about Soul and Rumash and see if you can remove the curse.
Because we think she had modified memory.
Yeah.
Right. So that was what you guys had planned at the very end of the session. Obviously, it's been a few weeks, so I just wanted to kind of refresh you. So what are y'all doing?
Sorry, if I recall correctly, the professor's recommendation was to just throw the gym.
Yeah, throw it. It's not here with her.
Make it lose it somewhere. All right. I mean, I still have it. So.
I know this part of Lake Vistaki.
That's awesome.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Part of Lake Vistaki is.
I saw her working on it. I haven't seen the final part. She kept like asking me about like colors and stuff. It's perfect.
Probably half a day's ride from Tri-Town, is like the tip of Lake Vistaki. If I was looking at the map, right? So Lake Vistaki is not far away, but I know that Well, your mother's in Ontario, right?
Also not far away.
That's also not far.
Yeah.
Is it daytime? Right? Or is it like-
Yeah, you guys, you didn't visit the school at night. No, it's like,
I don't think we spent many spells either. if I remember correctly.
I don't think you spent any spells.
Yeah, we're-
No, you did a,
I tried- I
oh,
tried
you
to do
tried,
it.
she just, she
Tried,
counter
blocked me, so I have, I think it was a level 5, but
Yeah, you
I got
tried
most of
that.
my stuff, so
Yeah.
we can
More kind of-
teleport around if we need.
Yeah, why not? So I guess the question is, do we go to this Dottie or do we go to Ontario?
Do you want to see if we can cure your mother now? And that fix her? And if that doesn't, we go to Lake Eustachio, or do you want to, do you need more time to process?
I feel like the lake is gonna be if it becomes something, it's gonna be something, so
Yeah.
eventually, so we might wanna get a small thing out there.
fine. Yeah, we can do
It's
it.
too hard.
It's gonna be something.
So, yeah, we might as well get a small thing out there.
here.
Yeah, small, your mother.
We might need to stock up the lake, I was watching,
That's
watching the video, there's monsters in the lake,
Yeah.
basically.
But
So,
she can have some fun on the bottom of the.
Well,
lake.
because, all lakes have rivers that lead to the ocean.
Shut up.
Wow.
Anyway.
That was, no, that was from last session. I just watched it back and I was like, wow, she really said that.
Is there
so,
a sweet gate going?
But you know what, all rivers do lead to the ocean.
I will say, if you think we can
That
kill
part.
another, it would be an easier task. The lake
But-
sounds like it could be.
we might need to stock up on things, might need to imagine.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to maybe stock up while we're there, since that's one of the few cities that we're actually in their good graces, kind of.
But we still try to.
But
Yeah,
I forgot what it says, dude.
pissed off the king.
he told the king that our home that the king gave us was shitty
Oh.
compared to our other house.
The free house.
The free
Because it
house.
was better at our house.
You didn't have to tell the king that.
Alright, so
Okay, but
are we good with going back to
Yeah.
Ontario?
Yes, yes, Ontario sounds perfect.
Walk everybody outside and we will all apparate to, we were all teleport to.
You're gonna zapparate?
Zapparate.
Sorry.
To the teleportation circle in the free house.
Nice. Okay. Yep. So
Are you sure?
you guys all kind of stand in a circle and you watch as Wrath kind of draws this line around you and just kind of with a flick of his wrist, you all are now getting used to teleporting. It was weird the first few times, but you're getting kind of used to it. And you all land on your feet in the circle in the house, but you arrive in Ulteria. It's definitely colder up here. So if you guys weren't dressed accordingly, you're gonna be a little more cold.
Well, it was a minor illusion that you cast to make us all.
I mean, that's gonna have worn off, but
Okay,
Yeah, for
cool.
sure.
So we're, okay.
yeah, I'll put a scarf on. Still Bear down there,
What
but.
did we determine was a spell that was used to kill her?
Remove curse. So remove
Did
curse.
it.
Or greater restoration
Would also do
would
that.
also do it.
There's, for the sake and purposes of
Is,
items.
what's your name? Mayra, is Mayra here? At the
You can
house?
go at the house. No, she has her own house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do that?
Let's go to Mayra's house.
How you doing?
We're all following.
I'm
through.
fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
I feel like out of all of us, she has definitely had the most emotional turmoil.
So far.
Oh, don't like that.
Yeah.
Mine's all over.
So we're all gonna go to Mayra's tiny apartment together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't wait to have fun with her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, do we all have to go inside or?
Yes.
Would you rather
Yeah.
do
Just
this?
kidding.
Would you
No, I mean,
rather-
like, I don't know, one person, maybe a person like me.
Well, some of us could go shopping, if that helps. At what time was it? Middle of the day, right?
Yeah.
And as far as quantity of gold, I've got, I think it's like 80-ish thousand. I don't know what's correct. So I've got 107,000 to do whatever we need to do.
Do you wanna go shopping?
I'm just offering her some privacy with a mother. I don't really care.
Who do you want to go with you?
I wanna come.
I'll stand outside the door.
Who is doing this? The.
Any of us can do it.
Damn.
Mine worked last time.
We can't.
Last
I don't
time.
think we have it first,
But we have great
but we have
restoration.
great restoration.
He said
I
mine
like
worked
that.
last.
Mine worked last.
He has a success rate of 100.
Back in 1,000.
I was gonna make that reference, but I just.
Oh my god, secret like.
Who does the cleaning?
I want Sage and Ray to come with me.
Okay.
No,
So I do
no,
that.
no, you as well. But
We can do that.
Go shopping.
Sage is gonna take her arms through
That
the
was-
trails and be like, we got you.
I was gonna say, you guys all just watch Wrath turn invisible and follow you inside anyway.
And I will be doing that.
Okay,
So
so
the only one not going is Sarah.
Or no, I guess shopping.
And Sarah's.
I guess we all decided to stay.
Or go shopping with disease.
okay,
Yeah, I'm with that.
all right. So Zinro, Zaris, and Zath all go shopping. And we'll get to you guys in a bit. The rest of you who are going inside, are you gonna walk in? Are you gonna knock? Are you
I'm
trying to
gonna
sneak in? Okay,
no, I'm not sneaking in. No way.
okay.
It's not
I'm
Sarah's.
not a teenager anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you knock on the door after a few minutes. Mayra opens up to a surprised face and she says, "Oh, didn't realize you were here. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Are you coming in too?
Yeah, if it's okay with you.
I'll have to check my chairs, but it should work.
Okay.
We can stand.
We can stand or stand for it.
We can stand, yeah. Just wanna.
Okay.
visit For a bit.
Everyone come in, please.
She's-
No, down here too.
She has rooms. Mhm. All right.
All right.
You
You see, as you guys walk in, you see like Mayra like looking at some of the chairs by the table, and there's like 3 there, and she's like looking at it underneath it.
So, yeah.
Mayra.
That's Cora and this
It's
is
my
Matt.
food.
You know what? I'm gonna minor illusion, another knock on the door behind me,
She's gonna open.
and it's gonna be your father.
What?
Minor illusion there.
What the fuck? Why?
Oh, I have more guests. And she says, "I'm definitely gonna need to check my chairs." And she goes to open the door, and as she opens the door and sees the image of Rumash, you watch your mom just faint and fall back, like motionless on the floor, eyes closed.
Cora, fix it. Now, Cora.
That one was funny.
Now, Cora.
To do with her. She'll wake up.
Yeah, because you're gonna make her wake up.
For sure will.
Use your fucking magic.
Nothing. Nothing.
It'll be fine. Now you can practice with her asleep. What do you want to say? Oh, this is perfect.
Alright, if you want, I hate this. Do you want me to just do it while she's out?
Oh, perfect. See, I just made it so much easier.
Okay, Rain, take her out.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I will grab her by the arm and
Great.
let's go.
I'm not even fighting it.
Bye.
And then,
I'll go shopping now.
sure,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay. When she goes away, does the minor illusion go away? Or
Oh, yeah, she'll
Yeah.
stay over.
Okay. It just stays there. Just hovering.
Yeah, I'm ready to go away.
Yeah, okay, so I'll go ahead
Do
and.
I stay with you or am I like taking her?
You don't have to take me. I was gonna skip out anyway. I really planned that from the start, which is convenient.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see her breathing.
She's not breathing?
You don't see her chest going up and down.
But she did a minor revision of room wash and so, and then Mayra opened the door.
She's not breathing.
I can't fucking do anything about that.
Yeah.
You're magical, do something.
And I'll try cure wounds. Is she dead?
Are you trying cure wounds?
Yeah.
If the-
No, Saracen Wrath, I'm so
see-
glad
you see
you're
her-
here.
If there's a curse, okay, she's right, okay.
And she's now back to being stable.
Oh, damn.
All right. Jesus Christ, okay,
God, I thought it
She's
was
not
gonna-
awake. She's still unconscious.
No, that's fine.
she's breathing now.
She's breathing.
She's breathing. Dude, I thought it was gonna be like she wasn't like
Oh,
part of the
nice.
curse, well, part of the curse is like she couldn't see room wash again, and like if she did, she'd die,
That'd be crazy.
That's what I thought, and I was like,
So he was definitely trying to deceive right there.
all right, okay,
That would be crazy.
well,
Oh my.
I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration. I'll put my hands on the side of her head like I did with Cassandra. And I'll close my eyes and you're gonna see this light blue light come in towards her temples. And yeah, I'll cast it that way.
Okay, she's still unconscious.
That's sick. She's breathing now.
Mhm.
Okay. Didn't work your room. Yeah, I can do it again.
Do it again. I'll be curious in like. I don't know,
Okay,
4 HP.
now she actually,
Okay.
yeah, she wakes. You see her like wake up slowly and gasp as she sees you over her like, who are you?
Oh, shit.
I'm a friend of the
Oh, shit. Hi.
And you see a absolute, yeah, you see a face of shock. And then just like tears start to swell and just start pouring on her face. How is this possible? She's grown.
Well, I know this feeling.
You sure do. Thank God you're here. So, how do I say this? Yeah, obviously you've missed a lot of time. What's the last? What's the last image that you have of me?
I was putting you to bed a
How old was I?
few weeks.
Oh, fuck.
How old is
You're definitely
She's
a little older
blue
than she
skin.
is.
Into the light.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And she knew the name Vitra,
Oh,
because
yeah.
to her it was just, you know, she opened her eyes and it's been 30 years. Yeah.
For blue people.
Yes.
The songs you see are the ancient.
Obviously, I'm not a few weeks anymore.
I sure hope not.
36. 36 years old.
You grew very quickly.
No, it's been 36 years.
Can you explain how that's possible?
It seems like I don't know what
When your father gets home, we'll explain.
he's not coming home.
Yes, he is. He went back to the temple. He'll be back in the morning.
Went out for some milk, huh?
Yeah.
He went to
No,
pray to Soul, as he does every night. He'll be back in the morning.
I believe that, I could be wrong, but I believe that, so, that Soul was angry with him after realizing, my existence. And he has been, banished. He was put on the astral plane and has not returned since. In these 36 years, and he still remains there. I have gotten a chance to talk to him and get to know him a little bit. I didn't know him over these 36 years. I know this is a lot of information and I'm not explaining it super well. So you may be pretty confused, but we dealt with a lot of memory issues in our friend group, so we can walk you through it.
Oh my God, Mandy, I hope this is not how work goes for you.
This is Victor, not Mandy.
You just killed Hannah, by the way.
This is my deal with work. I'm sorry, I'm done.
She's still crying, by the way, just
Mhm.
uncontrollably can't stop crying.
Oh, shit. Do you want us to give you a moment, give you some time?
I feel like I've had a lot of time. What have I been doing for 30 years?
Waiting for Rumash to return? Uh, Other stuff?
We've been to places and done things.
PTSD.
Yeah, cause your daughter a lot of trauma.
Like what?
I think we need to discuss that, not now, later time.
You're right. It's probably best we keep more secrets from me. This is all just too much.
Well, I would rather tell you about it in a more gentle way. I just feel like you're very emotionally raw right now. I don't think it's a good time.
Raw?
Mhm.
You're an adult. I don't know you.
It's my friend Sage.
Don't care. No offense.
Yeah.
A lot going on right now.
I understand. Yeah.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to just believe you, but you're you. So if what you're saying is true, then I've either wasted a majority of my life or it was taken from me.
That one.
And either way, I feel like I should be upset about it.
Absolutely. I don't know exactly who gave you this curse. I don't know if it was Soul himself.
Soul wouldn't curse somebody.
All right. Someone had put a curse on you. It's not your fault. You haven't wasted anything. It was taken from you, like you said. I wish that I could give you some guidance as to what to do next, but I'm still trying to figure out what I need to do next. So I feel like I can't help in that regard.
So Rumash will not be here in the morning.
But he loves you. And hasn't loved anyone else since. Even
Okay.
with being separated for this long.
So do you guys mind giving me some time? Maybe come back later so I can figure out what to do next.
Yes. Yes.
It's lovely to meet you, Sage.
Nice to meet you as well. Will you wait for us to return back before you decide to if you decide to leave Alteria? I don't want you to just up and leave and we have no way of communicating with you.
I didn't know I was in Alteria.
You're in Alteria.
Thought I
right
was in
outside of
Jaru.
everyone. Mm-mm.
So, oh my God.
This is your home in Alteria.
Wonderful. I love Alteria. It's so nice and cold all the time.
Yes, it is.
Sounds interesting.
Now, if it is something that you want, we can definitely discuss that. They seem to like me over there.
Okay, well, this has been great.
We'll give you some time.
I'm gonna take a nap or
What
something.
is me? Hi, your mom.
Wait, what?
Tristan likes to take naps.
Oh.
He hates the cold.
Oh, okay.
Hi, your mom.
We'll be back later.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay,
kick
Goodbye.
All right, we're gonna shut the door. I'm gonna turn to Sage and say, well, that was Strange.
Yeah, you guys hear from inside, like sobbing, and then you hear like she like throws like a glass against the wall or something. Like,
Those 3 chairs are just being.
yeah,
moved
the
around.
chairs are fucked. Yeah, those chairs don't stand a chance.
Are still there, I could have made him appear again for you.
Stop it.
She died again.
I think, we just need to give her space and let her figure this out.
I still need to figure it out. I don't even know what to talk to her about. She doesn't even know me.
That doesn't get easier. For what it's worth, it may be worth it for her to go back to Charlotte. Yeah, at least there's people there that are, gonna treat her little boy.
Call it Ja Rule.
Did I say that wrong? Shit.
Ja Rule. Remember Ja Rule?
Welcome to Ja Rule.
I was like,
And
like the
ancient
rapper.
Mason City of 57, man.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
think I'm on my way to P Diddy right now.
But at least she's liked there. They would treat her well.
Yeah.
Unless it was one of the priests that modified it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
If Soul would never do it.
Which
Doesn't mean one
That's
of his
her,
acolytes.
that's
doesn't.
her belief.
But yeah, it's her belief.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is Soul may not have intervened himself, but
Could be.
the high priest would come of him could have.
Man, we never assumed, we never assumed that the monster did it to her. Right?
Right.
To protect her.
So Cora and Rain, you guys leave the house, skipping away. Oh, you stayed?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you.
Oh, I
just-
just need to follow me.
yeah, I asked her
was
to want me to stay. She said,
Got it,
yeah, we'll
okay.
check in. I said, okay.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind then.
Other-
Um,
She wants them.
I
the
did.
two of you
Uh,
and the Z's brothers. Are y'all looking for anything in particular, or were you just needing something to kill time while you're?
I mean, if we're planning to go on a lake, I'd like to stop by Magic Sword, see if there's
See if
spells.
they have anything with breathing. I don't need to worry about that on the water.
I can make it on water breathing, it's more about doing anything else under the water is dangerous when you can't speak. So, especially for casters, so. I don't know, just take a look.
We might as well
Magic
take,
shop,
yeah, might as well take a look around and see what we can find.
magic shop, spell shop. Any books on like stocking, stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys kind of go around. You do
It
find.
is more of a killing time thing.
Yeah, so you guys go and you find a couple of, you do find a shop that has like a couple of potions of water breathing. They do have a potion that allows you to move with the same speed as you can on land as in water. But nothing to help with speaking or like talking. There's not any books on Lake Vostocki because it's just a lake. There's not like a history behind it besides the fact that that's where the gods fell. And so there's not like a ton of,
Is there any maps like of like stocky, like more detailed? Not like an outer version, but like a, someone
not,
maybe drew a fishing map. of
yeah,
Stocky
not in
or something like
Alteria.
that.
There may be one down in Heretic, which is the city that's right there on the mouth of the lake.
Okay.
Um,
Stop right there.
yeah, so there would probably something like that because that's like a fisher town.
Okay.
Up here in Alteria, there's nothing but the Alps above them and they're landlocked really, so. But yeah, you can pick up those potions if y'all need it. I don't know if y'all want
I'll
those.
buy them anyways. How much
Okay.
are
The water breathing were both 20 gold each, and then the free movement is 100 gold pieces.
Is there any spells?
Not for water or anything
No,
like
just
that, just
in
in
general.
general. Yeah, let me look.
Did I give you the scroll of expeditious retreat?
I have that.
I have one resurrection one that somebody else needs to have. So. Expedited retreat.
I have that spell. Okay. The way you give it to somebody who can't cast it.
Well, I
It's
remember
more of
buying
me
the
just
scrolls.
expanding my spell book.
I remember buying the scrolls exclusively for other people because it's not like I'm gonna need to resurrect. I already have that ability. So.
Okay, so at that same place, you find a revivify, a programmed illusion. Jeez, no, I can't do that. A levitate.
So you're not gonna do the program?
No, sorry, I'm doing a random one, and the fourth one was True Resurrection. I was like, I can go a ninth level
Yes,
spell.
please.
And then Fire
Probably
Shield.
risk for me,
And then
yes.
what was that?
Fire Shield. So Revivify, Programmable Illusion.
What's programmable?
Oh, it's a random spell.
You can set it to do something and it'll play it over and over again, I think. So like you want somebody to walk and scale like a wall for protection, but it's not real. They'll just do it over and over again.
kinda
They'll
like
reset.
Yeah,
at the
like
same
a
time.
set recording or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Revivify. What was the third one?
Fire shield, revive, program.
Levitate.
illusion.
Levitate, that's right, Levitate. Once I clicked it, I couldn't go back. And so I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that. So I was trying to remember. Yeah.
So.
See.
While they're doing all that, I'm slowly making my way through the shopping district, but just causing havoc wherever I go. I'm real pinned up right now because I was so well behaved in John Room. Like, I let it out.
Revivify is like what?
Yeah. I think I could do,
And the second we get to Ulterior, no longer will be.
Revivify is a
Hey, I promised I would be good there.
So program
Say those
illusion, I don't know
repercussions.
stuff, that's not- Levitate, I don't recall either, so.
I can get to program illusions with like 6 levels spell. But it could be useful. But other than that, I can do everything else.
I mean, the big one costs, we just take, run the shop out if you want to, so. How much of those go total?
The Revivify is 600 gold pieces. Levitate is 150. Programmable Illusion is 4,000. And the Firewall is 2,000.
Firewall or fire shield?
Fire Shield. Oh, Fire Shield is not as good. Hold on.
I guess
I
what's,
think Fire Shield's what, at level 3,
4.
4?
does it just put a shield around the individual?
It does, yeah. It's a. Oh, you can do a cold fire too. That's cool. So you can either grant you cold damage resistant or fire damage resistant. It's pretty dope. That actually is a bit better than I thought. We'll say that one is 2,400 gold pieces for Fire Shield.
How long does the illusion and the fire shield last?
The Fire Shield's up 10-minute duration. Elysium. Un moment. Oh, until dispelled. Damn. That shit just up.
Program illusion?
Yeah.
Until dispelled.
Alright.
But it can keep recurring.
Yeah.
That might be good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, unless somebody else wants to revivify a spell, I would say that I would eat it. I
See,
can do
you can
that.
give
Okay,
them
I
all a
can't learn it.
programmable.
I can learn program illusion. I have fire shield. So.
Oh, well, for learning, okay.
But other people can still use the scroll.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes,
I can
yes.
still use the scroll, but I can learn it and kind of permanently.
So.
Permalearn.
Uh,
Oh, you should give Xeris Fire Shield. So you could just walk around with like fucking flames.
All right, well, it would increase his damage by quite a bit too, because he melee.
Yeah, 'cause he melees.
2d8 and then his already damage, yeah.
Right.
Would this particular store be the only place we find magical items like the?
I was saying this wasn't just one store. I was like, because y'all were out shopping, I just said y'all went to a couple
Yeah.
places.
So there were no particular items, just like scrolls.
Right, yeah. This
Well,
isn't much of like a merchant town. It's usually like, it's kind of like a guarded town. It's not really meant for people passing through in commerce. So.
Well, if it's not in one place, then I won't haggle too much. Otherwise, I would say I think the total of this was 4, 5, 6, 7,100 or so. I was gonna be like, 6,500 for the lot. But if it's different places, I'm not gonna haggle with them, and I'll take them all.
Okay. Got them all,
So, yeah. So,
including the potion of water movement and breathing.
that would be 7,300.
Yeah.
More or less. So.
Cool. All right. The Heartbreaker group, what are y'all up to?
Where's ZZR?
See, we'll be back at the house after we're done.
Ready, great.
Yeah, I guess we'll just send them a message using the necklaces and just say, Do you want to talk?
No.
Okay. Just say it's been done, it worked. We'll talk more at the house.
It's a free house.
Was she happy?
The free house.
Yeah, the free house. Let's clarify.
Yeah.
Xerxes' least favorite house.
Are you okay if I start running that program? Illusion. Do I have that tool?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yoink.
Or then,
How much time it takes for you to do?
I think it takes an hour.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
for
start
you.
doing that.
So-
I'll put my hand on it, but I'll open it up, put my hand on it, and let,
It like tattoos start to build. Cue.
I guess when they come back off or one of the reflex spell, I don't know. You guys.
Yeah, so you guys all meet back at the house.
Do we want to give do we want to give him a fire shield or something?
I mean, I can do fire shield, but yeah, you need to as well.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just handing him out from what I have.
Yeah.
I think either him or Vitra makes the most sense because of melee.
It's the buff.
Keep in mind, I do already have fire resistance, so
Revivify,
I'll
or
take whatever you give me.
you can have the revivify, so you can bring people back from the dead, which is gonna be weird. 'cause-
You're alive, you're alive.
Actually, I was so surprised. I thought you were giving her the illusion spell. That's what she does all the time.
I mean, if he wants to, I mean,
There you go.
I keep forgetting the answer.
You try.
Yeah.
For wizards too, which is why you don't always use scrolls.
Well, we do have a fire shield, if any one of you wants it, is there a Vitra? Protects you against.
It would
fire.
give him a quarter of fire. He's already resistant. I mean, it would make
Oh, that's
him-
true.
He'd have
Yeah,
a quarter.
Fire Boys.
I'm gonna give it to
No,
you.
Okay.
I mean, it's not making too strong,
Look at it even bigger head.
yeah.
yo, imagine Big Bad swings his
Oh, shit,
axe and I
that's
take
not
awe
bad.
damage.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, I just said, just imagine, Big Bad Dragon breathes fire on me and I only take 1 damage.
You guys already killed the big bad dragon.
I think if the dragon breathed fire, after all of it would go away, it's just you with a cigar in your mouth going, thanks, bud.
I didn't have a way to like that way, though.
Yes.
The potions were, was 2 water breathing.
2 water breathing, 1 free motion.
Well, you're already pretty quick in general, so you probably don't have to worry about that. Does anybody want to move faster in water? Says the slow zombie guy. Luckily for me, I don't breathe, so I don't have to
Yeah,
worry
neither
about
does
that.
she, right? You don't have to breathe. Cause you're already air. I believe that was one of the things about
Yeah, you don't need to breathe.
air genasi.
Oh, there you
I'm gonna give it to him. 'cause it's always
If you're
nice
only
to-
level 15 or whatever,
Yeah, it's fine.
why do you need to know a level 1 trait at this point?
We're level 13.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like.
So I can give everyone
No,
water
it's just
breathing
talking shit.
at first. And then use potion if I go unconscious. That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna use them as emergency situations, so I got 2 of those. You guys can have one if you want. I'm gonna give the water movement basically to Xeris.
Oh,
Because
that's
you always want a barbarian to be able to hit things, so they'd have to get there first. And that's about all of that.
How did the removal go?
I think it was great.
Not well.
So good. I was very helpful.
Was she sent back sometime?
Yeah. A lot of time. Sent back to when I was like a few weeks old.
Oh,
Yeah.
We need to start a home for mothers with no memory.
Modified mothers.
for 50 copper a day, you can save a mother's life by giving her back a memory she doesn't have.
Some clueless moms. When did houses get so big?
Getting handed a baby, like.
Are we gonna check back on her today, or what's the plan? Are we going to leave this argument?
I would say, and Vitra, you can tell me if this isn't a good idea, maybe we stay here tonight and then plan on leaving tomorrow for the Staki and check in on her before we leave.
We're gonna stay there tonight.
No. I'm not gonna stay there. You're there never went.
You can tell her about yourself.
Gross.
Because
I don't think that she's ready for me to tell her about myself, just based on how she reacted. I mean, she's
it helps sometimes to settle her down, and bridge the gaps that she's missing. I mean, like, if you lost that much time, Misha, it'd be nice to be told what it was you missed.
It's not good things that she missed.
So
And I don't think that I'm ready to tell her those things yet.
I can go tell about myself.
You don't have to tell her the bad
I
thing.
like you well enough, Cora, okay? But I would really appreciate it if you would not butt into other people's things that you don't understand. Okay? You have no idea about my past, my mother, Rumash, or anything like that.
I think I know a little bit about Ramon.
Not enough. So if you could keep your minor illusions to yourself, I greatly appreciate it.
Keep your minor illusions to yourself.
Again, I like you, Cora. I think that you're fun. But this is serious shit, grown-up shit. Okay?
I'm an adult too.
That's exactly how an adult would be.
You don't have to tell her about the bad things. Just tell her about how your life has been.
You know, possessed by a demon.
I would leave out certain details.
Murdering my best friend, you know.
Getting sass.
Your
Talk
boyfriend's
to
no longer
her.
your boyfriend.
Yeah, my boyfriend's
I
over
was
here,
gonna say,
my
yeah,
God.
they talk to her about why and
Why I'm trying to, take it for all this.
Mhm.
I'll think
Blood,
about it.
blood of Orion. So
Yeah.
hate when that happens.
God, I hate it when, you know, my boyfriend becomes all you.
Alright.
I'm not saying you have to, I was just really making a suggestion.
Tell me my type. It's not kissing.
Oh my god.
He's
tall,
black hair, handsome as shit. Carries around a sword.
Has a
Hell
dope ass
yeah.
cloak.
Yeah. You see when he was riding that horse? Well, it wasn't him at the time. But I mean, like,
How long of a journey would it be to like this doggy?
Well, you
Volunteer.
can teleport.
Yeah.
I would have teleport too.
You don't.
To walk, like by horseback, it would probably take you 2 days,
Okay.
3 days.
Teleport, I lose a level 7 spell.
Yeah.
Well, by the time we get there.
But if you walk, it'll take you probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks to get there.
Yeah.
might as well buy and kill some
How
more.
fast my horse?
About 3-4 days.
What time is it right now?
Later in the afternoon, early evening.
Okay, yeah, why don't we stay here for tonight? Maybe we can find some horses
Oh,
tonight.
don't we have our horses here?
Or-
You do have horses
Do we
here.
have horses here?
Oh,
Because we keep leaving them here because we teleport from here.
Yes, yes, you're right.
That would be smart in D&D is just immediately buy like a horse ranch.
Next campaign, next
You
campaign.
know what? I'm
You guys
gonna
saved
go,
up 20 grand, what are you buying? Fucking horse
Horse
ranch.
Really? No spells? No.
No,
Horse
all
ranch.
of horse
all we do
ranch.
is breed war horses. All we do.
Top quality, guys.
Just leave one person behind to
Yeah.
be your sales guy and you're good.
Wow.
This is what D&D is for, just starting to.
meta move. Yeah.
Who cares about fighting? I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, guys.
Well, we can definitely do that.
Yeah, let's stay here. And then I'll chat with Mayor in the morning.
I was like,
It's just
I know what's in
You sound
door.
chat with the girl. You see a tray eating at the speaker.
Zeus is just like, you know what, this tree house ain't so bad. I found like
Yeah,
this-
I found
I found a mango.
Oh, that was funny. It was just like it got quiet right as you hear.
Look, man, I was hungry.
Oh, that's so funny. Hey, at least we know the microphone's working. Okay,
Yeah. sure. Stay here.
so everyone, what's your plan? Are we staying here tonight,
Yes.
Yeah.
sleeping here, and then taking horses to the stocky?
Yes.
Yep.
Sweet, cool.
Okay, listen. Ooh.
Is everyone? Yeah. What's the bunker? Everyone has their own rooms. By the way. Yeah, everyone has their own rooms, but
I try to close my door. and she's like, what do you want?
a little foot just goes.
Yeah.
Hi, Frankie, come in.
Leave the door open.
Old man can't give me privacy around here.
Yeah, you guys all have your own rooms if you want. Obviously, Cora
You
said, I don't want.
I technically have a room in the big house, but that's okay.
Yeah, do you guys, is there anything y'all want to do before going to bed?
Yes. I wanna talk to Luna, and see if she was.
Okay,
I'm gonna spend majority of my high level spells scrying.
on.
Amalthea, Lion, Lake Pistaki, just in general.
You're gonna scry on the lake?
Yeah. I just wanna see it,
I thought about doing that.
because I have all my level fives and
You
sixes.
might as well. before
So
you go.
just spend them,
Okay.
huh?
Fuck it, I'll spray on the old daughter, see how she's doing.
The old daughter.
If there's any heavy panting involved, I'll
That
just
creep.
skip out on that.
All right,
And then I wanna do one on the pyramid.
which one?
The one that, well, Wolfen have guardians, right?
They do.
The one that has, you take the one that has Orion's body.
Okay, so Serenium.
So I'll spend however many, I think I have.
Serenium's the big one.
I've got
Serenium's a
one
big
six.
Or Laxus is a small one.
Scrying is,
All right, while you guys are figuring out what you want to scry on and do that, Rain, it is a quiet night. There's not a lot of clouds in the sky, so you're able to walk outside and see the stars and you see the moon. It's like 3/4 full tonight. And it's bright enough to where like there's actual moonlight kind of covering the city. So it's dark because it's nighttime, but not super dark because it's a clear night. What do you want to say? And then I'll have you roll.
I basically want to ask her what she thinks we need to do with the gem, Orion's eye. Because we were told to give it to the gods and wash your hands of it.
Mhm.
So I want to know what her opinion, if she thinks that's a good idea. And if she thinks that's gonna help, not have Orion come back.
Okay. Roll a D100.
Okay.
Also gonna roll.
Do a green and blue
Green and
for the
blue.
forest.
Which is telling us we're gonna turn out to find you dice that are both green and blue. Yes. And then you're gonna direct that.
Oh, it's good.
Cheers.
That's why I still haven't spent his gift card to
I rolled
Hero
two.
Food.
Dang.
6, no, 9, but still.
Holy shit. You wanna come over here?
What?
So I pulled Seamus over and I was like, I rolled 2 and I rolled a 6. 0 and a 6. And I showed him that. And then you go, what did you roll? 6. And I was like,
Oh, all right.
It was 9.
It's a 9, but still.
9.
the fuck
Okay.
Holy
it
shit.
is. So was mine.
Never mind, what's this cool?
Wow.
Your dice are really pretty. Can I look at
Yeah,
it?
these were
Come
my
on, Luna.
these are my favorite. These are my I finally bought myself some nice dice.
These are pretty too. I mean, I like those more.
These are the Alcarante dice.
Ah, makes
The
sense.
scales, yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah. Ooh, I would go to it. I like it when they're weighted.
I do too, except it fucks up the leather, so I like the lighter dice. Like that's why I never roll this big guy, because it'll fuck up the table and fuck up. Like,
Oh,
it just-
yeah, because I mean, it's a salt on them.
Yeah. All right.
You'd have my brother design one with a soft pad on top.
Yeah, this has like a pad underneath. You can feel it, but I still don't want it to like cut through the leather and
The
stuff
double
unnecessarily.
zero was a green.
Oh, she now knows that she's gonna roll it.
This
Wow, that was cool. Okay.
It was really cool.
was a 9 and
Sure, you should have seen it.
Sure, you should have been here, bro. All right. So you reach out with your senses like a Jedi, and you feel a connection. You feel like a connection with your deity. And what do you say to her?
Okay, I'll say, Luna, if we give back Orion's eye to the gods and wash our hands of this, will that be what we need to do to help Orion not come back?
There's like a moment in time where you're looking around at the city and everything just seems to freeze. You're watching people walk and they just stop. there's a bird that's flapping its wings, and it stops. Time around you is frozen. You're looking out to the mountains, kind of looking around at some of the forest around Alteria, outside the gates. And from on top of the mountain, you see this speckling bluish white light. And it starts off really small, but it's bright. And as it gets closer to you, it gets bigger and bigger and starts to take form. And the light goes from this blue white to almost this light mint, like sage color, as this being, this beautiful God, hovers down above you and steps in front of you. She has brunette to red hair, kind of worn up in a elegant bun, but braided all the way throughout. You see leaves and think of like a mixture between Arwen from Lord of the Rings and Poison Ivy. She has this garb, this dress that's like made of different leaves, and honestly, like just put that on a dress, and has that going all the way down one side of her leg to about her knee. The other side's a little bit higher and shorter. Beautiful, like pastel, like white skin. And she looks down at you as she lands, and then she's looking up at you. She's a bit shorter than you are in this form. And that ethereal, whispering voice, she says, "Hello, Rain." No.
No, who are you?
You've never spoken to Luna.
And who am I been speaking to?
To me. Yavanna.
Huh? Who?
Yavanna.
Yavanna. Yavanna, I've never heard of you.
Oh, you have. I created everything. I created the first elf, the first man, the flora and fauna of this world. In my mother's life,
You're Luna's daughter.
the first daughter, the third child of the gods. Only Olmo and Miriam, my elders. But I heard you speaking to me. Something about Orion.
Yes.
Have you heard me speaking to you?
If you have been the one doing the lullaby, yes,
You have heard me.
I heard you.
When I first created the elves, they were peaceful, ever-longing beings. Then I created the animals, gave them companionship, partners. When I created man, the mortals, giving them the gift of mortality, I didn't realize that gift came with treacherous consequences. They killed, slayed my children, all the animals, for nutrients and food, even though I provided trees, plants, vegetables, fruits. They wanted to kill my children. My father would not let me intervene, as when we put something into motion in this world, it must play out. Intervention always leads to destruction. Or so he says. I obviously disagree. So I sing my songs, and for those who hear me, I urge them to stop killing my children. I don't know how to fix your fight with Orion, but my father would.
Do you know if we can speak to him or a way we can communicate a message to him?
How were you able to communicate with me?
Great.
Sometimes the answers aren't as complicated as we make them. I've given you abilities and strength, but I'm so happy you can hear me now so that you're not falsely giving credit to my mother any longer.
Yes, I am very glad you reached me. Because I thought I was Luna. And was I shocked? Yes. But I am so happy.
And she smiles like this gentle grin and reaches out with her hand. And as you try to touch, it just kind of goes through. She says, just be the best person you can be. That's all I ask. And she starts to fade back into that light, going up into the mountaintops again. Yeah, once the light, everything starts moving again. The bird starts flapping, you know.
Yeah, you gotta go vegan. Have fun with that. You gotta be vegan and have fun with that. I'm not participating.
Yeah. To be fair, y'all weren't participating in an actual control either, so.
I mean, that's totally.
I'm just gonna say you're vegan, just say you're vegan.
To be proud about it.
Okay.
There's another guy we didn't know about.
So I'm assuming that's like Mother Nature in that sense, right?
How do you say the name?
Yavanna.
How do you spell it? Is it Y-V?
Yavanah. You forgot the H?
I spelled it wrong.
I always spell it phonetically, so.
Well, that one's
Pretty
pretty much phonetical. Like that one doesn't, no tricks.
Because I think you said Ursides. right?
Assume she's the
I
guy.
literally said hair, days.
I got it right, I think.
I didn't like for like maybe. Maybe life, God like that. Because she created the trees and the animals.
Alright.
Life so much like.
Yeah, it's weird. Someone's like,
I wonder if that's great.
maybe connect to him.
Honestly, so I created this like pantheon of gods at the beginning of the game. And at this point, you guys literally have only not heard of one on this list,
Oh, really?
which is pretty cool.
Cool, you wanna tell us
Was he
now?
walking around as a big one?
No, I just remember I sent this to Adam because he had an idea for a character or something. He's like, what are the gods there? And I was like, I marked some out because they were important. Yeah. Well, I mean, things like Orion, I marked out, and Amalthea, stuff like that I didn't want you guys to know about. But the rest of them were on there. Like Yavanna was on that list. Like I literally haven't changed this since I made it, but there's only one god you guys don't know of.
Well, we hadn't heard
It's.
Miriam is Vestal's original.
Miriam is
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I thought the same thing
Yeah.
too. He's like.
No, it's not cool.
Yeah.
He changed his name and Identity Crisis, it became the big baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to say that to him now.
Yeah.
So it'd be her.
Yeah.
And then-
And
and we're all tied to them, one way or another. That means D&D.
with the scrying work,
Sorry. All right. Who are you scrying on first?
Mafia. Mafia and
Amalthea.
Riot, hopefully, but Mafia is the main target.
Okay. So at this point in the night, Amalthea is resting. However, she doesn't sleep. So her rest looks a little weird to some of you guys. So she is essentially sitting cross-legged on this oversized bed. It has like really thick fur blankets. it's like one of those princess style beds that have like the poles going up on all four, right? In the room, it's like low lit candles. She's wearing like this, like all red, I don't want to say gown, like a sleeping gown. But she's just sitting there with her hands folded in her lap, legs crossed on the bed. Her eyes are open, just kind of staring in a trance.
Can I see around the room any, or is it just?
The room's pretty,
too low lit?
it's pretty simple. I mean, there's like the bed, there's like a wardrobe, like a mirror, but there's really not a ton of stuff in here.
Right.
You don't know where this is. This isn't a room you're familiar with.
All right, then, and then I would go to William, if that's all I can see from
Mhm.
Well, if she's just doing that, I'll wait the 10 minutes of shrine
Right,
and see if she does anything else. If not, I'm
Just-
just gonna go to one.
just staring like off at the wall. All right, you go to Crater and William, same person. Actually, I need to look something up.
Yeah, great.
Probably the DC for never seen that.
You can't.
Okay, can't see him.
Mm-mm.
Um, and then can I do Lake Osaki, or does it have to be a specific thing? 'Cause I know Lake Osaki is pretty big, so.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, I think you can. I think it.
Particular creature.
Yeah.
Creature, so.
I mean, I would say no,
Okay. that's fine.
because it's not like I would say an item or a creature usually is okay, but I mean,
Okay.
an
No, you're
entire
fine.
lake is tough.
Have I seen Lake Osaki before?
Probably, yeah. I mean, you grew up in Fort Darien, which is off of the lake.
Oh, I wanted, let's do the temple, the pyramid instead of like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you scry in on the pyramid,
Then we think Orion's body, right?
right? And you notice that the two statues that were guarding the door are no longer there.
It's time they're just marching across the desert. That's right.
They're coming across Orion now.
We're all dead tired. You stole the book.
No, you didn't steal it. You couldn't get it.
Oh, yeah, you tried to steal the book.
You read a book.
Be kind, rewind.
All right. I will take a short rest before I do a long rest to get the spell back, so I can do it one more time. And I want to do it on the Guardian. I want to know where one of the Guardians went.
Okay,
So that'll
so
take about an hour, another 10 minutes.
Yeah. so we'll say you do your rest because everyone else is like sleeping besides Zenra. So you do your rest, and when you scry on the Guardian, this Warforged statue, you see that it's in this dark chamber, and there's a door that it's standing in front of, but it's not the opening to the pyramid.
Was there anything on the door, drawing, symbols?
No, it's just like an archway. It's actually not a door that's closed. It's more just like a walkway that it and its other companion are both standing in front of, guarding.
Okay.
But you don't see, at least at first, you don't see anything like any movement. They're just standing still.
Can I see down the archway?
So it's like really dark.
Okay.
So there's actually not any natural light in here. There's no candles, no torches, but you can still see like a decent amount just from your context. After a few minutes, because I assume you're going to take the full 10 minutes. After a few minutes, you kind of start to hear the footsteps in sand, like, and you see the low like hum of torchlight down that hallway getting closer, and you see this gentleman in a white and yellow kind of outfit, as you would know as one of the bright monks, walking out from between that hallway, and both of the statues follow him. You follow all the way up this really long, narrow staircase, watching the statue walk the whole way up, comes out the front of the pyramid, and they both stand on each side.
Can I get a good look at the person?
You can, you actually recognize him from inside the tavern. It's Jermaine.
I was actually gonna scry your name, but save this time.
Still can.
All right, that's what I needed to know, and then I'm
Yep.
assuming that'll end, and then I'll take a long rest and discuss it everybody more.
Cool.
I was in basically giving information, because he's allowed to. He gets escorted by the guards.
To a certain point.
Well, yeah, so the guardians, if he goes in there, somebody could follow behind. The guardians wouldn't stop him from getting in past that.
Hence, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just going off.
All right, so everyone takes a long rest then?
I'll just cry to Aubrey, see if she's good.
Try Ombre.
She's having fun times.
She could just be on a boat chilling.
She's not on a boat.
Just want to make sure she's like, dying again.
No, you scry on Ombre, and you, oh shit, you can't scry on her.
Is that a reason?
I feel
Should
like
I
they're
know that
different
reason
planes.
why, or?
Nope.
I feel like Ombre and Crater are different planes or something.
Yeah, I couldn't scry on Crater
No, Ombre.
Yeah.
either. I'm just
I
saying.
think that both of those people are probably on different planes, which is why they can't scry.
Am I missing something?
He couldn't scry on Crater.
Right.
You're also getting the
But his
same
arm-
response about Ombre. I'm just saying, I think it's because they're on different planes of existence.
I am in the same.
No, I know,
place as-
but
I'm
it's the
sitting
only
in the
time-
water.
The only time that it's not a saving throw is if they're not on the same plane. Then it's an automatic fail.
Okay, well, that's why I've never been told that she planned to go to a different
Yeah, no.
realm, and we're
I
in
mean,
this.
or
or
is
is tell us
taken.
anything anyway.
She doesn't, yeah, she didn't tell us anything.
Again, I was just like, that's why I was just making sure I didn't miss something where he's like, she's like, I'm off into a different universe, and I'm
No.
like, okay, thanks for letting
Where's she
me know.
named?
Have fun with your friends.
Where's she named?
Thanks for leaving that voicemail, appreciate it.
And I go, yeah, maybe that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Alright, I guess that's.
Yeah, because otherwise he has to make a roll.
But yeah.
So,
Okay, good, it takes something, so I can see if she's alive.
what's anyone?
So I reach out, but I notice I don't connect. Who's seeing her?
Yeah, you're not able to connect with her.
Well. It's unfortunate. I feel like.
She.
I feel like Zeno would be like, maybe she bought something to defend her against.
Peter guys. Anyway, I'll go to bed, I guess, or Cora stares at me, which is me staring.
Oh, don't worry, I've made myself a little pallet right next to your bed.
Oh, he was worried.
Yeah.
She's out.
I do talk in my sleep, so I apologize.
You could theoretically take the bed, because I just need to like sit and stand, and I just sit there like a zombie staring for 4 hours, but.
Actually, it's kind of comforting. I'm not lying.
Sit on your bed.
I can do it too, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what I say in my sleep, so I apologize for now. Well, I was thinking, sometimes that might be creepy. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
Okay,
Sometimes.
so yeah, you're unable to scry on Ombre. Is there anything else you want to do before going to bed? Now that you failed at that.
I didn't initially, but I guess now. Let's see what I have. I don't really have anything actually prepared to do those things.
Okay.
so I can't-
No problem. All right. Everyone goes to bed.
Yeah.
The way you said that doesn't make me feel good that
I
one.
know.
It didn't either.
No. Not me.
Mitra,
Really? Shit. Now you wish I was sleeping in your room, don't you?
you're dreaming.
No.
She is alone.
Tristan, yes.
She is alone.
Sure am.
Don't get too busy.
Your dream starts to take form. It starts to get real familiar as you're back in your temple in the mountains, fighting and training. The mountain starts to rumble. You see from a distance the Titan form of Mezgul. The mountain erupts with lava flow, and you find yourself running from the lava down the mountain once again. Mezgul is at the bottom, looking up at you as you run down right at him. This is all familiar. But every time you've been able to do something different up at this point. This time it feels like you don't have any choice. You don't have any ability to change your own fate. You're just running straight down at Mezgul. The lava seems faster than it has in the past. It seems more explosive. You hear the sound of people screaming from up above you. The ground and trees of the mountains are just instantly melted and burned away. So the smell of smoke and ash and charcoal is all you see behind as you run down. You finally get to the base of the mountain, and you see Mezgul looking down at you, and you look up. At this point, what do you do? God bless you.
I sneeze and it scares me, go away. So.
No, it doesn't.
So like,
You don't know.
yeah, you know.
Only had my first booster.
Oh, gross.
So I'm still like running towards him. It's not
Well,
like
at this
a
point, you're at
pause.
the bottom. At this
I'm at
point,
the
you're at the bottom, and he's right in front of you.
I am. I'm going to drop down on my knees. And I'm going
Not
to.
the time. Sorry.
If I would drop, he's a Titan, it's not gonna work.
It's just like,
So, I'm gonna drop down on my knees and I'm gonna pray Luna. Because that's the only thing that's ever worked
Okay.
in these dreams. So I'm gonna pray Luna.
What do you say?
I know that my friend Rain has called to you for protection of us before and you've delivered. I need your protection. We need your protection. Please help us.
Roll a D100. All right, let's see if we can do this twice. Nope. Not on my end.
42.
Oh my God. I rolled a 44.
What the fuck? Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make a difference. It's just, it's
I know,
crazy that
just
they're so
weird how we
close.
keep
Yeah.
Rolling so close.
All right. Yeah, you pray in Mezgul, you just hear him start
Which I'm
chuckling.
not like, just imagine like stumbling over my words, like I don't pray or.
Yeah, Mezgul's just kind of chuckling that heavy laugh from above you.
Mhm.
And then you hear a voice from your left. It's a voice you recognize. As you look over and you see Wyam or Creighton.
God damn it. It's not what I
Say-
want.
Now, what brings you here, Vitra? Did you come to defeat Mezgul all by yourself?
No. I was brought here involuntarily.
More fun for us.
Stop that. I don't plan on staying for long.
Interesting. I don't suppose she planned on staying for long either. And you see Ombre tied up, her hands behind her back. Her hands behind her back.
And I killed your fucking boyfriend.
She has a
Me
she has
too.
she has a cloth like tied around her head or in her mouth. Her hands are tied back behind this pole. It's like erected in the middle of this desert. And she's just like her feet, hands, stomach, chest, neck, head is tied back completely. Like well aware of how dangerous she can be. She is.
Yeah, wow, she's fucked. Okay.
Your daughter keep him in trouble, yeah.
Huh?
Why did your daughter keep him in trouble, huh?
I mean, we're kind of dealing with gods here. They seem quite smart.
Need to pussy up.
Listen, she's killed more than us.
She thought she could kill Mezgul, and look what happened to her.
I'm not here to kill Mezgul. I was sleeping and was brought here.
Aren't we all sleeping? Until Orion gets here, we're all asleep. But he'll be here soon enough. Very soon.
I feel like I'm just gonna try and like I mean, I know that
What are you gonna try to do to wake yourself up? Like Inception style where you fall down or what? On a timer?
All right, magic herb.
You need to start setting a alarm clock.
I am going to levitate and I'm basically gonna go travel to our house.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try and find them sleeping.
This is in like this is not Stranger Things.
I haven't seen the new season.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's just there's no upside down that mirrors the world. It's like
Yeah.
a different place.
You're in a different
It's
way, you're not
like
traveling through the same. world.
it's like a destroyed, like barren
Mhm.
land. I mean, there are remnants of like old buildings, but that's if you walk really far. Where you guys keep coming to
Mhm.
is like in the mountains, like in the Vesuvian mountains.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So you could definitely fly and hover back like where Alteria would be.
Oh, I was thinking, yeah, I guess we weren't,
But it would take you a while,
yeah,
which is a really long time in real time.
yeah.
Right now, the other way around. It wouldn't take a long time in real time, but it would take you a long time to travel there and back.
Mhm. Yeah, I forget about the time issue.
It's a real pishky problem.
Yeah. Well, Luna didn't work. I'm gonna try to pray to soul instead.
I really thought you were gonna say Ramash. You can absolutely try to pray to soul.
Great. Oh no,
Good,
Well,
good start. Good
yeah,
start.
good start, good start. Again, Victor doesn't do this one.
Right.
7.
Oh!
Seamus.
What the fuck did you roll?
I'm gonna guess so.
We're close to it.
What is?
It's about as close as you can get.
Yeah, it's one off. It's an 8.
Oh my god!
Hey, tonight is scripted. This is a scripted game.
real quick, what's the point of you rolling, just so I?
Um,
Why do you guys roll?
You don't have to. I'm rolling because it's just something that I want to do to give better chances for things to work. So for instance, if she failed her roll, but I rolled, then I may be trying to communicate back, but she may not be able to hear. If she succeeds
You may
and I
be
fail, she might be able to,
information there.
yeah, it's just the same. Like if she succeeds and I didn't, then it worked. But if she failed and I did, then I'll give her like a little bit. But since it both, like, since she passed it, she'll get
Maybe
regular.
you're getting like full, you know.
Yeah, it's just like to give additional like aid if you need it.
Conference is now.
Do, 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 do.
I was trying to think of things.
Yeah, wow, today is really going well. 'Cause I rolled the same time you did, I got-
Okay, what are you gonna say?
I will say, I've called out to Luna, I received no response. And I've tried to connect with you in my past, but didn't feel anything then, I'm hoping to feel something now. Please take me from this plane, take me where I'm, I was gonna say something and I don't wanna word it that way.
I would never twist your words.
Yeah, never.
I would never do that.
Take me.
Take me back to material plane, back with my friends, and please help us.
Okay. There's something I'm just kidding. You're looking like over at YM, you look up at Mezgul and you see Ombre over there staring at you. She's not even struggling, she's just watching you. And then the sky above you just kind of parts and it becomes really clear. No smoking black clouds, no ash in the sky from the volcano. The entire area for about 200 or 300 feet is just clear skies and sunlight. And this being with large, like unnaturally large feathered wings. And landing almost as tall as Mezgul is Soul. Mezgul looks up and sees him landing and looks down at you and he's like, and he runs. YM does not. Soul looks at you without saying a word. He just gives you a nod. And he points at YM and a beam of energy hits him and smites him into the ground. And you just hear YM screaming as he is continually just pointing, just burning him into the ground. And he looks over at Ombre and all the ropes fall and you see her poof, disappear from this plane of existence. And then he looks at you and gives a assuring smirk. And you go and you wake up in your bed.
What the fuck?
Gee, we should have been doing this all the time. We don't have to do nothing. We just gotta pray. Yep, pray left and right. Yeah.
God said to me.
You wanna share with the class?
Go shooting.
Oh yeah, guys, I just saw Soul in my brain.
Shit.
That's cool. You just smited
I'm trying to
fucking
think,
one.
I'm trying to hold on.
Is your boyfriend dead now?
Yes, he did. He survived.
Yeah, as you like laying in bed, staring up at the ceiling, there's like this kind of low whisper in a language you don't understand in your head. It's like Sala Ma Soul. And it just fades as you stare up at the ceiling, trying to think of what the hell just happened.
chilling here. I'll wait for Breggy in the morning.
All right.
Tell everybody.
Gracie's dreaming.
The morning comes.
Crazy dreamy.
Because y'all need to start relaying these stuff. You can't just.
This is something that will be relayed, okay?
Communication's key. The counselors should know this.
Y'all wanna know.
You train no counselor.
That is good.
Trauma
So, we'll talk about all.
All right. So next morning,
Breaky.
breakfast
I made
is served.
breakfast.
She did not. The Lord and Lady provided breakfast for you. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 plates, even though there are 8 of you. There seems to not be a plate in front of Zaris for some reason.
Oh.
I'll just push mine over.
Yeah, Bishop was over his head.
And the food looks delicious, sausages, bacon, all that fun stuff.
I don't know if the soundbars are.
I think so.
Say something, Trey.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I'm petting the dog.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Doing something.
Yeah, I was like, you're petting the dog, you're scratching your leg, I guess.
I'll put a plate of food in front of him. I specifically
Aw.
made you.
He looks terrified.
send it again.
I don't even make up on.
Okay. Well,
I made your breakfast, Sarah, so don't worry.
it's breakfast. I assume you guys don't have anything to discuss. You're going to the stables to get your horses.
I mean, there's a good time to discuss things.
Yeah,
Yes,
For
yes,
3 days.
yes. With,
It's a bowl of slop in front of you, Sarah, that I made specifically for you. Looks like pig food.
Not eating it.
Gonna check on your
It's
mom.
just not being eaten.
Yeah. I had another dream where I was in the Atlantic playing last night. And I prayed to Luna. Didn't hear anything back from her.
Because it wasn't Luna.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Luna in my dream either.
It's happening.
I'm gonna put a pause in that for a second. And Mezgul was there, Wyam or Crater was there, and Ombre was there as well, tied up. And
party, you weren't invited.
yeah, tied up, and, you know, Crater had said that she had tried to go there and defeat Mezgul herself, and it didn't work out, and again, I'm praying to Luna, and it doesn't work. I'm praying to Luna, and it doesn't work, and so I prayed to Soul, and I saw him, and he let Omri go, and Mezgul ran away, and I don't know if Wyam or Crater is still alive, but the soul magic.
Little minor relation recap, but of this one's off the table. It's like, this is what happened.
Yeah,
I was gonna
okay.
say it.
Yeah, make his beam like really bright. Can you make his beam really bright?
Is Wyam dead?
I don't know. I woke up.
What about
before
med school?
He ran off.
And
In fear of, she vanished. And Soul had let her go, taken away all the, you know, whatever, her restraints, and she,
I thought you were gonna say makeup for a second. I wanna make it, no.
yeah, all her makeup came off. The great makeup remover. So, and she disappeared.
So we don't know where she is.
No, I assume back on this plane though, that's what happened to me as well. But it was because I prayed to Soul, of all people.
And he heard you.
Yeah, and I saw him.
Did he talk to you?
Mm-mm. I did hear a whisper after I woke up. but I don't know what it means. It's Salama Sol.
Don't even know that.
The only person that would kind of understand would be Zenro.
Do I know it's celestial?
It is ancient celestial.
So the translation of it?
Essentially, soul is here for you.
Ooh.
Or some variation of that.
Can I scry online?
You can.
It means soul's watching. Yeah.
No, soul is there for you.
I'm gonna miss.
Oh, okay. I was like, cool. You're scrying. Well, you're scrying on Wyam. You look through your crystal ball and you see Wyam in a bed with Amalthea next to him, and his entire face, and he's not wearing like a shirt, he's in bed, his entire face and chest is like disformed and it's just like almost melted. You watch as Amalthea keeps like doing different things. You keep seeing different like forms of magic and energy as she is seemingly trying to heal him, save him, do something. Her magic looks a little different than some that you've seen and done yourself. So it's a little different the way she's doing it. She doesn't seem to have any sort of wand or materials, or doesn't even seem like she has to speak. She's just doing different things. And like as she reaches her hand out, you see energy come from each fingertip as it like is.
Is nothing working, or is it just?
You can't tell. It looks like nothing is working,
Mhm.
but you don't know the severity because it's, you know, outside looking in, literally. There's no words being explained.
Nothing physical is changing on him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't look like he's.
So he got fucked up.
Oh, it definitely looks like he's been fucked up. Yeah. Imagine like Two-Face from Batman. Like he's. Yeah.
So whatever Soul did, fucked him
Did
up.
you guys order more food?
She got torches.
I was. Oh my god.
She got what was it before you guys
No.
came over.
Oh wait, no, wrong house. It's okay. It happens honestly all the time. You can go get it. It's fine. They know that they didn't order food, so they're gonna be like, all right. Yeah, the amount of delivery fees you guys have paid today for torches is.
We
We picked ours up. So you can see one.
Yeah,
What is
and if
it?
you'll let me flare a little bit, I'll kind of like,
Oh hell yeah.
just like, kind of like a portal that everyone can see.
Yeah.
Well, fine, yours is cooler than mine, whatever.
I like seeing this.
Probably can't hold it for long, but like, you can see he's fucked up, just trying to heal him.
Mhm. Yeah. Amalthea looks distraught. She looks like she's trying to figure out what he was hit. Like it's almost like a doctor trying to heal, like trying to figure out what's wrong. It's like an episode of House.
Yeah.
Like she
Like,
doesn't
Does this
know.
work? Does this work? Does this
Yeah.
work? Does this work?
Bring everything out.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I mean, if you got blasted with pure divine power, it's probably not much to count that.
It's probably rabies. Oh, you know what, man? He's got rhabdo. That's what.
I don't have.
That would be why I wasn't able to swear on him. Your friend Jermaine was in the pyramid though.
He's one of the bright monks, he's allowed to.
The Guardians followed him in, and then they escorted him out.
Maybe they just knew they.
So we know if we're right about Orion's body being in there, he was definitely allowed to see it, do something.
I did say it last session, but just as a reminder, no one is allowed in or out of the pyramid.
That's what I thought.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
Or at least that's what you were taught when you were there.
Well.
I think you had specifically asked like what's in there, and the response was nobody knows because you're not allowed inside.
So the Guardians didn't attack him, they followed him in, and then walked him out, and then the doors closed.
Well, then it seems that there are people who are able to go. You say that Ombre tried to go in there and kill Mescal?
That's what Critter said.
It's by herself.
As far as I know, she was the only one that was tied up.
While they're talking, I send a message. I'm not looking for a response.
Mhm.
I just say, you're damn foolish, girl, if you think you can take on gods alone. Your blade may be strong. Your ignorance proved almost fatal again. I don't care if she responds or not.
Oh, she's gonna respond.
She's gonna respond.
Is sending out loud?
It was message, so yes, sending doesn't have to be out loud, but message does.
Okay.
You hear a response, not immediate, obviously, just like I'm actually thinking about what to say, so did she. And
That was the first time I was like legitimately mad, like,
yeah,
why don't you think you can just go in there and fucking like,
she says,
Mhm.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
she says, Father, I'm sorry. I just figured if I could finally put this thing to rest, you all would not have to worry so much. Won't happen again.
We've met Lumber. I haven't met Lumber.
I don't think we all have.
Y'all have not.
Okay.
You might have seen her in your stalking ways, but.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you've seen Ombre
Okay.
when you were watching him being creepy before y'all met at the party during your spy phase. He's like, well, yeah.
We just go back in every single moment in our past, and there was a guy with a top hat in the back.
Look at all the photos.
Slightly in the background.
There's a blur in all the pictures. You thought it was a poltergeist, but it was really just.
Just the magic of Shimmer.
Reflection.
All right. Yeah. What else are y'all doing?
I
Yes,
guess
that pen,
I
what's
would-
that pen? The pin.
The
Yes,
pin.
the pen.
That's it.
So,
And
last night, walked out by the streets and I prayed to Luna, like I always do. But except it wasn't Luna.
sorry. Studio
I
audience.
saw a being. She, a little bit shorter than me, wearing weaves as her clothes and red hair and like an elegant bun. Her name is Giovanna, and that is who I've been communicating with.
Yeah, here's your picture.
She, it's funny that you praise her soul because that's exactly what she told me to do.
What?
She asked me, you know, if I was hearing her. I said yes. If she's alive and hearing you, then I can hear you. And I asked her about Orion and if there's any way we gave back the gem, if not to Orion, but like to the gods. You know, if we can just like wash our hands of this and be done. She doesn't know. She said she is basically the creator of life. She created the trees and the animals, and when she said don't kill her children, I think she meant the animals. But you know, how was I to know? Because I thought it was Luna. But she said that her father soul told her that if you intervene, you have to let it play out. So she basically said, be the best version of myself. Basically. And then I asked her if there's any way we could communicate to soul or get a message to him. And she asked me, well, what do you do, you know, to communicate with me? And I said, I pray. And she said, pray. So
It worked.
So literally, she's told me before, all we have is right here. All we have to do is pray to the gods. They hear us. And we choose to help. We'll look what soul did.
I'll pray to soul, let's see what happens.
At breakfast?
Dear,
Nothing happened.
Dear Sundad,
dear Sunday, please
Please
help us.
Did you get a 43 too? Cause that's what I got.
No, I got 71.
Nope, son daddy won't wanna talk to me.
Does the name Ivana ring a bell for me?
Probably not as much for you. You would know who that, you both would, because you both been to Jaru, and that's like it's a figure of divine greatness. I mean, you guys definitely have learned about Jaru before. Cora, you probably have too, at school at Hudall.
I know a lot.
Yeah, the two of you don't know shit.
Well, until we see.
Yeah. But yeah, you, as soon as she says Yavanna, like all you guys are like,
So we're just like, let's see how.
and then you just look at her and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
You still have to go talk to your brother.
Oh shit, yeah, y'all never went back at night.
No, yeah, I said I'll do it in the morning.
Would it be a piece of roll for all I know about Ivana?
Oh,
I rolled, I'm sorry.
okay, sure.
She's like, I'm
Sure.
gonna do
I wasn't
Yavanna.
saying you needed to, I said you knew it from school, but if you want to roll to not know it, be my
No,
guest.
I want to know, I just want to know all I know.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. What'd you roll?
20.
Oh, then yeah,
Do I add history or investigation?
it'd definitely be history.
30.
Yeah, you pretty much wrote the book on Yavanna. Your thesis to graduate was on Yavanna. So yeah, you know pretty everything that I told her during that monologue. You know all that.
I know that bit.
Yep.
Okay, me and her best friends. She rolled for her. Apparently, soul daddy don't like me.
Soul daddy.
Soul day. Sunday, because I'm.
Then they don't talk to me.
Okay. So are you guys horseback riding to the lake, or what's the plan here?
I'm gonna go speak to my mom briefly. It won't take long. I will, you guys.
We'll just all park the horses outside here. Park them.
Yay. Stay outside.
That won't look
please.
intimidating at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay outside.
We're here for you,
I
baby.
have to.
Yes, Cora, please.
I'll just look through the window.
That's fine. I can do
As
that.
we're riding,
I just
would
want to give
probably-
her some space.
I would probably want to pull around the side and just be like, I know you have the ability to check in on Crater. Do you mind checking in on Aubrey as well?
Bippity, boppity,
I'll-
boo.
I'll sit on the ground.
I would specifically not want Zimro to hear me say that.
Make a stealth check to see how quiet you can be.
Are you wanting to see this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, check out. 15?
Yeah, you can slide that by. Zinner, what's your passive perception?
Like 18.
Oh shit, just kidding.
That's fine.
You definitely hear her say that. Damn, your passive is 18.
Nah, well, it's maxed out and then I get plus for some sort of other.
Well, damn. Well, there you go.
Passive
damn.
is 8 plus efficiency plus.
Wisdom. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
13,
8
18.
plus proficiency plus wisdom.
Mhm.
that's right. Your proficiency is a little higher.
Yeah, I got another plus.
Yeah,
one.
plus one.
Um,
But still.
I mean, I'm not trying to hide it.
No, that's fine.
I'll kind of move us off the side. I'll
Is it
get on the
wisdom?
ground.
Wisdom on part?
We'll say you do this once y'all are at the house.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah,
Is
cool.
Just kind of on the side where I'll plant my wand and then we describe and form.
Okay.
It's kind of portal looking ball.
She didn't hear that much, but.
I'll side eye. If he's doing a visual, I'll like side eye it just because
Um,
I'm curious, but I also like.
Don't want to make
you
it seem
see,
like
you
it
see
cares.
Aubrey at the helm of her boat, of the diplomat, steering the ship. You see a bunch of tiefling barbarians working. You see,
He's on the night shift.
yeah, he's there actually. And so you see a bunch of them kind of heaving and hoeing and, you know, having a grand old sailor time.
Who's that? A friend. Thank you. She's gonna kind of let out a breath and just keep going.
She had like a determined look on her face, but she always does.
Was there no injuries or anything?
No, unharmed.
You can see.
I could
Just
see.
a hurt ego.
Yeah, those scars are just-
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I'm gonna guess at some point we probably are gonna, sooner rather than later, and the school's gonna try again, we probably need to go take care of that problem at some point. I know we've been not wanting to, and I know that it's not easy, but I don't think he's gonna stop.
I think we have a little bit of time given Prater's temporary.
Oh, yeah, he was fucked up.
Yeah, but Prater's not med school.
He,
Right, but Mezco
Someone
needs
melted
Prater
him.
to go between planes in a way, right?
someone melted him, so.
Wait, what'd you say?
Med school doesn't need Crater to go between.
What is Soul?
Crater is his like avatar for doing stuff that he needs it outside of sleeping.
Kind of, yeah. Crater can't really, no, sorry. Mezcal can't really come to the material plane in full form. He comes as like a gaseous, like smoke.
Yeah.
But he can keep pulling Leetra in.
Oh, he can pull anybody out.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
this is only going to get worse. I think that we can take care of this, but we really do need to seriously start planning to take
We
care
can
of
go to the
this.
lake first and then see where that goes from there and then like do our next agenda.
Can you describe what I saw besides his big feathery wings? What do they look like?
He had a big,
Send me things and I'll make a picture.
yeah, I don't.
See a big cock.
Did he,
Yeah.
did he look like this? And I'll make a minor illusion of Orion, but bathed in light, right? Like some, because you showed me the outline of what he looked like,
Yeah,
but not like that, but.
sort of. Yeah, so he's essentially the man form of him looked, from what you saw last night, kind of like a warrior, kind of like a fighter. He was wearing armor, like head to toe armor. He wasn't wearing a helmet, but you can tell he probably would because it's part of the set. But his wings were so large around him that he was essentially like sitting up on the wings, like they were like propping him up even whenever he like went down. But at the moment, yeah, it was kind of like bright white feathery wings, silver armor.
Did you seem like old in the face or young in the face? Or?
It was just like mountainous, just like no faces.
Probably like, as we would imagine, probably like late 30s, mid 30s.
Yeah.
Think of like kind of like Chris Hemsworth style, like age. I don't know how fucking old he is, but probably around
Yeah,
that.
okay.
I feel like he could be like 50 and we don't know.
I think he's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, like kind of like that.
All right, that's just what I just want to know what you saw.
That makes sense.
All right, go talk with your mom.
Right.
Do it now.
It's gonna be very brief. Not going into my-
Hey,
Don't worry.
deal with this for a few days, I'll be back.
Yeah, honestly. Okay. Knock, knock, knock.
I'm watching.
She's watching. That's fine. Knock, 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 knock. God damn it, she laughed at motherfucker.
Do I see anything through the window?
Yeah, does she see anything through the window?
Nope, not yet.
Not enchilada. Can I walk in here?
A few moments pass and the door opens.
Oh.
No,
stay there.
And Mayra is looking at you. And she smiles. And she kind of like opens her arms out for a hug. Says, I had the best sleep I've ever had last night.
Yeah.
I didn't. Sorry, I didn't.
Damn.
Yeah. Nice. I'm glad. I'm gonna hug her since she's has her arms open. And then I'm gonna shut the door behind me
Okay.
and no one else is in. Do I still see Cora's face in the window?
Yeah.
You can never escape me.
Is the house trashed?
No,
No?
seems cleaned up.
Great. Is there a
So
chair?
there's no chairs,
Fuck,
but
okay.
the house.
I was
is clean.
gonna say sit down, but it's fine.
Stand.
Okay, so I imagine it's still kind of hugging.
Minor
So-
wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like break the embrace, but keep my hands on her shoulders.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say,
Trey, what are you doing?
Sorry, is my mic unmuted?
Yep.
yeah.
I'm going through my food bag, so it's a little crumbly.
Always the quietest times.
I know.
Mom.
That's when I learned it was your sister.
There obviously is a lot that needs to be processed, and I want to be able to tell you all of the things that you've missed over these few decades. Now is unfortunately not the best time for me to stay and do that. There are kind of bigger matters at hand right now, and me and my friend Sage, who you met yesterday, we have to go and take care of some things, but I want you to know that I will be back and I will help you hopefully regain some of your memory, or at least gain knowledge over what's happened these last few decades. What my experience of what's happened over these last few decades, I think, is very different than what was actually going on. And so I have a few things to figure out as well before I have this conversation with you. But I didn't want to just leave without telling you that we do have to leave.
Where are you going?
We're going to Lake Piscataqui.
Lake house.
Stop your vacation. Yeah. Sorry.
That was definitely shade. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna kind of lean up against the wall and say, well, I guess you have to do what you have to do. I do look forward to you coming back and sharing some of these stories with me. I feel like I don't know you at all, and I'd like for that to change.
I surprisingly feel the same way. I don't feel like I know you either. The real you, anyway. So.
And it does make me happy that you were able to meet your father and speak with him. Do you think there's any chance I'd be able to see him?
Yeah, we could probably get you there. He's, I think I mentioned he's in the astral plane.
How can you go to the astral plane?
My friends are very powerful.
Okay.
We will schedule a rendezvous to the astral plane soon.
Sounds delightful. I'll be here in Alteria, which is where I live.
Yes, that is where you live.
Which is
That's where we are.
wonderful. Why is my house so small? And there's no chairs.
We can find you. Oh.
Should I go back to Jaru?
You can. We also, me and my friends, were given a home here. And-
Given a home?
Yes, long story. Would you like to stay there?
Is it bigger than this one?
Much.
Then yes, please.
Okay.
Great, he's got shoes.
So I'm gonna reach out to him.
Mhm.
Do you need to grab it?
Yeah, she grabs your hand, it just goes right through. I'm kidding.
Oh, thank you so much.
Programmed illusion.
All
My
for
stomach-
smart, yes.
My stomach dropped for a second.
No, she really did die yesterday. Yeah, she grabs your hand.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk her outside.
This was your greatest trick ever, Cora.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that would have been
I wish
funny.
I know,
I
right?
came up with it.
Mandy would have just lost her shit.
I know.
I had you going for so long. No, she died. I can see her. She's right there.
Oh my God. Yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna walk outside. Before we leave, I'm sorry, I didn't ask beforehand, but I did offer for Mayor to stay at our home while we're away. Is that okay with everybody?
That's okay. The house is shit.
Denied.
I'm gonna turn to Mara and say, I
Rejected.
promise it's not
Benjamin says,
shit.
no.
Is he here?
Yeah.
It's fun.
You've been so quiet.
I know, God. Everyone else said it was fun. She's not gonna stay in your room. She'll stay in.
Oh, then okay.
Yeah, she'll stay in mine.
Benji, you wanna hang out and stay with her, or?
I'm actually not into older chicks.
Oh, well, I mean,
I wouldn't let you if
Big
you
Daddy
wanted to.
I thought that's what he was implying.
I'm sorry, no.
He's also not a human, so.
Well, maybe.
If anything, I- If anything, I want to go back to our house at Reckon. There's lots of crime for me to.
You do need to get back to doing your thing.
Catman.
What was that, trustee Blaine?
Do you guys think you need me here? Or can I go back to the Reckon Oasis? I'll be there if you need me.
I feel like there's, you should go back to, what's that main city in Finland? Is it Finland?
Finland is the main city.
Yeah, it's Indian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't remember. You should go to Finland. There's a lot more people there.
There's way more.
I was a part of the Assassin's Creed there.
There you go.
There you go. Anything make
I
you-
wonder if Luke Heartless is still there.
Benjamin, not Benjamin, what's his name? Or what again?
Oh, he's already.
Byron.
Oh, baby.
Balin, Ted. You know.
Go back to
Probably go back
Texas,
to
be
the city,
safe.
Yeah, I'll go try to find Luke and maybe
Get the boys together.
take that city by storm.
Oh, goodness, that's wonderful.
I think Luke is dead from a shatter.
I don't say that out loud.
Give him a shatter.
That was the first thing we.
I know.
Yeah, that was the one who interrogated Arathian, Luke Heartless.
I mean, Corey doesn't know, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Best of luck in finding him, I'm sure.
Yeah, go find Will.
Yeah, best of luck.
And he gives everyone a hug and says, I'm gonna go do great things. Bye. And he just,
Oh, I was gonna say, have any boots or anything we want to?
I
We're taking on, we don't know.
know. It's fine.
I think we have like the boots made to fly, like.
yeah, he's taking all that with him.
I have those.
I have this.
He's taking all of his stuff with him and going to the city.
Yeah.
Take your cursed blade, that's not gonna come back to bite us.
Yeah, we don't want that anyway.
So you know what's funny? Remember when we pulled all those cards like a long time ago? Like not the deck of many things, but the other deck.
Yeah.
So there was a card that Paul drew as Benjen, and the card was there's a group, and I couldn't tell him what it was, but the card was there's a group of people searching for you to kill you all the time. And until they find you, this curse is they're still chasing. So like forever, there's been a group of people trying to find Benjen, but y'all keep moving and teleporting and shit. And so they've never been able to catch up.
Okay.
But I just thought that was funny because I don't know if Benjen will ever like be back in the party. So it's just like I just wanted y'all to know that eventually someone was, if y'all ever stayed in the same spot for more than like 3 or 4 days, he was gonna be attacked. I mean, y'all would probably easily kill him, but still,
Yeah.
he was gonna get attacked, and it just never got
Based
to
on that
happen.
description in my mind, is, I'm glad I'm back in town.
Ah, the big city. All right,
One thing,
but he skitters away.
the God slaying arrows.
Takes them all.
Fuck that
Do
up
that.
with.
Yeah.
We didn't know what we had. Well, you might have, since you're suffering.
Wherever I am, that one has.
What are we doing?
So to like to stop you then.
Let's stop it.
Wait,
Ah,
come
sure.
on, we have to run out.
Oh, yeah, that happens, that happens.
That happens.
The Lord-
I just wanna look at you and go, you have a nice mom.
She was dead yesterday.
Yeah, she seems great.
The Lord and Lady, Vitra, the Lord and Lady see you like taking her into the home. And he kind of like puts his hand up before he lets you in and says, what's going on here, Vitra?
My mother, Mira, just needed a bigger place to stay for a bit. And so I offered her my bedroom in the home that you so graciously had given us.
Oh, of course, of course. Do you mind, excuse me, Mayra, do you mind if I speak with you one moment, just in privacy?
Yeah.
He pulls you aside. He says, "You realize this woman was tried for murder
Yes.
in this town. It's not a good idea to have her so close to the royal chambers."
So long story short, she doesn't remember any of that. We removed a curse that was placed on her, and she doesn't even remember me.
She does seem a bit different.
Past, yeah,
And she's just like standing over there smiling,
yeah,
not acting super weird.
yeah.
So they're practicing their stabs.
Yeah.
Um,
I really truly don't think it will be an issue at all.
well,
I know that it's still not a good look.
he's gonna like put his hand on your shoulder and kind of lean in and whisper in your ears, like, "If you trust her, then I trust you." And then he's gonna like pat you on the back and turn away and like walk back up into the
This fact, what?
castle.
I believe I trust her. I don't know. Yeah, I have nothing to go off of.
I can only do so much.
Yeah, nothing.
No, there's
yeah.
not, it's not anything you have any control over.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I would never do anything. Fuck you.
Yeah, no.
You could chain her to your.
I did not
Absolutely
really tell you
not.
that 17 royals were murdered.
This just in. The entire city of Altaria was butchered in the night.
So you're saying there was a blade.
You have the best small.
I found a bigger place.
There's like.
We're not using the royal castle anymore.
But yeah, you take her inside, you show her around, kind of like give her the quick little tour, and then you head back to the group, and we'll say you guys say your goodbyes and all that.
Yes.
And then yeah, you guys see Vitra coming down the mountain.
We'll be coming down the mountain.
And you guys all have your horses, little horsies.
Traveling like this.
You don't know the song?
Oh, I know the song.
There's a town outside of like the Soccer, right? I think
Heretic. Yep.
Heretic.
So yeah, to Heretic.
No, named it after a Halo map. Yeah, there is a town. It's a little fisherman village south of Tri-Town, adjacent to the Candor Forest.
What are we looking for specifically here?
I'm wanting a map.
Probably be better off if you heard about rumors from the savings, wouldn't you think?
Very true. I found the map.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. We could both take the approach.
Okay. Yeah, so it takes you guys by horse a few days. So during that few days, is there anything you guys want to do, like downtime wise? Anything at all?
I'll keep every night. I'll keep scrying on Crater and see if he's healing. She's figured out
Okay.
what to do.
I will say after the first night, Vitra dies, and then the rest of you guys no, actually after the first night, everyone's going to level up. You guys had your first successful encounter with Soul. That is a big
Yeah.
yeah.
And now every night I'll do more fast track take them over us as well. So that
Okay, so no one can, yeah. Well, if you do that, you can't scry out either, I don't think.
I mean, I'll step out and
Okay.
scry and then step back
Okay.
in.
I was like, I think that's one of those spells that like.
Yeah,
just
no, it
works
blocks
better.
everything,
Yeah,
and that's fine. It's just so that people can't get on us.
Right.
I'll step out. and then-
That's, yeah, good idea.
Here.
So I know it's gonna take y'all a few minutes, so I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna BRB. Nice, it didn't pop up. Okay. So now that we're recording again. So Zenro is built for tough. At 161.
I was scrying on,
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna scry on who?
Wire.
Amalthea? Wyam?
Let's see if he's healing every night.
First
And
night.
I'll
you-
try and spend my scries if anybody wants me to before I sleep.
The first night, he looks the same. The second night, he is sitting up in the bed, now, but he's still scarred and scorched. But he's moving around, it seems. You haven't seen him not in bed, but at least now he's sitting up with his eyes open for the first time. Third night, you scry on him, and he's actually walking through the corridor of the whatever building they're in, but he's actually up and mobile. Still looks like shit. His scars have not healed, but he's at least moving.
Is he limping or is he?
You could say that. Yeah, he's kind of dragging his feet a little bit every other step, zombie style, you know.
Zombie style?
Just, kind of like limping like that. Not literally zombie style, but actually, fuck it. Why not? You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone else want to scry, do anything at night? Because you guys have all your spells essentially.
Ooh, yeah, every night I want to try to talk to soul.
So bad.
I want soul dead.
Okay. What's that?
4 nights.
4 nights, yeah.
Okay, 4 tries. Nope.
She likes to burrow.
Nope. Some guys don't want to talk to me. Nope.
What's the kind?
What are you trying to say to her?
It's different for situations.
Got it.
Most of the time, if it's like your god, you commune with them, then it would be your level. So 14. Since she's never talked to him or communicated with him, it's a little bit lower. It's a little bit harder.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you already, then the notes.
How many tries you get in
4.
4 nights, yeah, once per night. So I will say most of the time, you can do that once per week. Just or is it like 10 days, something like
I
that?
think it's just
If you're
succeed.
successful.
Yeah, if that's right, if you're successful,
You
yeah,
can't go for a week or something to the next
7
dawn. Or the
Right.
next-
It's 7 days.
I think so.
7
Yeah.
days for divine intervention.
Right.
Well, I didn't succeed, so.
It's okay. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's my version of divine intervention. So yeah, it would be a week if you succeed.
Keep going.
Anyone else?
That's good.
I probably just, now that I've seen my god, because I can't talk to her, so I'll just kind of meditate in the moonlight with her. I obviously still hear the lullaby, right? Or no? Then she's talking.
Yeah, you'd still hear it.
Okay,
The lullaby is meant to like lure people in
okay,
so she can like talk to them.
okay.
But
Free games,
Yeah. well, she can't intervene, so they have to find her. So if she sings the song and then they try to talk to her because they heard her song, then she's not breaking her dad's.
So you wouldn't be very happy if I would have hunted.
I would not be very happy if you hunted anything. I would not be happy about it.
She really dives headfirst in any religion she's into.
How do you?
I feel like you're the perfect target. Rain's the perfect target for multi-level marketing. So I feel like Rain, you just give her a taste and she's like, listen, this is the new best thing. Let me tell
I'm
you.
not gonna lie, I would want meat, so.
I could just see her like not looking in disgust, or I don't know what she would do. Maybe you would tell everybody to fuck off for eating meat.
Rain has become a severe vegan. Militant.
You know, but she has a soul. She's gonna follow your mother's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I think I can create food, but I would create meat, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, one my ears go on my food.
I think Sage would probably try to check in with Emo at some point to see if there's any sort of
I think you're already doing
Did-
for us, so you.
any-
probably do better.
needs, any
If you wanna have fun with it.
wishes, especially since we're going to office stocky. Is there,
Okay, I will
is there
tell
any
you,
guidance
you
that he can
controlled
give
it,
or
and
he
he
will?
kills
that
us.
he-
Makes a
Okay.
difference.
So you're trying to actually talk to him, right?
Yeah, just, you see our intention, you see where we're going, what we're trying to do.
Okay, go ahead
what
and
you need, what you want.
roll for our favorite thing in this game, which is divine
We're
intervention.
doing a lot of party. I enjoy party. Y'all are better at it than I am.
I mean, it is cool. When we started this game, I really wanted it to be like very like God focused, so I'm down.
It's happening.
69.
No, one number outside of the city.
Failed, but still win.
Cool, but funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did-
98, I was like, that's big.
Are you drinking almost eye?
No, this is just something I made. This is random. this is nothing.
And
It's
they-
good. It's very
Nothing.
refreshing. Well, it's like I made half the recipe and then I poured the other half of like white wine to like kind of make it a wine like cocktail. It's pretty good. It's pretty light.
Are we at the town fair pit?
Yeah, I'm seeing if anyone wants to do anything during the travels, but
You don't have any questions for me about
Oh, I am
skydiving?
gonna slowly
Be
start pulling like
rejected.
weed and stuff off the trees.
Oh
oh
my
my god.
Oh.
You know, it's changed in the last 3 or 4 years. about
Yeah, but in 10 days,
4
in
days.
a week, when you're able to talk with Yavanna again, she's gonna be like, oh, wow, you look different.
Really what breakfast like, I'll put brain in stress.
Because I might not always be.
But this person's so-
I'm gonna be honest, I usually play it myself first.
Um,
Are we ready?
I think, well, okay, I'll just say this at some point in time, when we're alone, or we're just sitting down. Yeah. Say, you know, if you try, it seems very evident that Saul
You're ready to work?
is doing his best to make sure you are successful. To have such an answer for a prayer that was your very first attempt, as far as I know.
I tried to connect with him many years ago in Jaru, but very unsuccessful.
I spoke with Mercure recently. I used to think that I should have vengeance against Saul for what happened. But that was more my mortal side, if you will. Saying that it would feel like he was stealing something away from me, my wife, my child, the life that I had. But now I see the same situation, a lining up of sorts, where you are going to have to do the same thing that I did. Going to have to kill something you love for the greater good. Yeah. I wanted to be mad at Saul. But when Mercure told me he has no feeling towards him, why should I have malice towards him as well? I said, well, look what he's done to me. Mercure was like, well, he gave me the air that I had done so many things with Saul at my side. I don't think I should blame him for the evils of Emerald. And if God's going to intervene in everything we did, we wouldn't be us. So I know it puts you in a really hard position. So if you have any questions about it, I want you to know that I would not lie to you, because you deserve honest answers. And if you want a better connection with him, I held some of the strongest connections when I was with Sakina, when Aubrey was a baby. I think I've come to realize that there's a certain amount of understanding, acceptance, that through him I found my purpose with Mercury. And it's okay to be lost. But it's clear and evident to me that through Mercure, he believed you were the chosen one from Soul himself. So maybe it's time for you to learn more about your path. Now, you know, he's the typical gods of sun and feasts and all those kind of things, but if there's any other questions I may be able to know, I'd like to help you out, because I cannot go on much longer in a world where my daughter feels she has to face gods to correct a problem. I will not hesitate to sacrifice my life again for her. She does not realize how serious this can be. I would not be able to live and what a life on the Mercure if something would have happened to her. And you, my soul's presence, something even I have not been privileged, nor even germane of the rest of the right ones. To be given to you in such a moment of need, it's evident that you are about to become a main player on the stage of destinies.
You've never seen him before.
This vision has never been given to me. You can imagine him in artistry, paintings, sculptures. The only God I've ever actually seen has been Mercury. They don't show themselves to everybody. They show themselves to who they need to show themselves to. And you got the big one. Don't run away from it. Delayed my satisfaction for a long time.
I imagine a lot of questions about him moving forward. I still feel, like you said, quite lost.
That's a very new thing. I'll give you that. Took me 27 years, so I advise you probably to go a little quicker than that.
Yeah, I think so.
But you got one amazing introduction.
Thank you for your openness to answer questions that I have as they come up.
No worries. No problem. Hopefully, comes to you more often. It doesn't leave you in such a bad state at the end of it. So, it wasn't his decision that made Creed pull the card. So you should never hold anything back about how Wyatt was placed in where he was.
Yeah, he sucks.
No, decisions were made.
It's like it saved the day, but it made it worse.
Yeah.
You know what, thanks free now you'll get Cora, aren't you so excited? Adam's already was talking yesterday, be like, I'm really excited for your next character.
No, I like Cora. I like Cora a lot.
At least our conversations are a lot less creepy than Cora's and mine.
Yeah. Try to keep you down to earth.
Sweet. So you guys travel along the road for a few days, all the way down to Heretic. The fishy smell of the lake you can smell from up the road as you guys get down into the city. There's no big walls or anything like that. It's not a protected town. There's not any sort of law or order here. It's more of a pass-through village with tradespeople selling, different goods and services, and lots of fishermen exporting fish throughout most of Fintheon. As you guys look around, you do find a couple of folks that have like a fishing map that they give to you that has different depth charts and things like that for the lake. Nothing seems too out of the ordinary when you look at it. Obviously, there's deeper parts than others of the lake.
I guess because he's right, like, walking around the town, if we're talking to people like about a map and things like that, we kind of want to, where's the area you guys tend to avoid? Where do you guys not fish?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've been a sailor, I'd be like,
Where
hey,
do you want to go buy it?
Is there like a geometrical shape that might indicate an odd place? Okay.
I'm asking like, any rumors of seeing like a massive sea serpent or something in the middle of a lake, because we all know they all go to the
Fishy selling furniture.
yeah.
Yeah, so you talk to a couple guys, they talk to you about different sea creatures, and they said that there's lake sharks. They said there's eels and large octopus creatures that sometimes will try to, hook onto their ships, but usually you just push them off, kick them off. They said there's rumors of a being that references somewhat of a, they call it an aquatic lizard. And then the other guy's like, no, it's just a rumor. It's more like a kraken. It's got a beak. It's got tentacles. And he says, no, it's got scales. But they say that's usually towards the southwest, towards where Rykon is. He said that's where the lake gets the deepest and where some of those larger creatures tend to call home. But that's why I don't really go out to Rykon.
Because that's where the area they tend to avoid.
Yeah, there's just not good fish there because
If it's,
So-
if it's,
Is
if
that
it's
where-
it's gonna be beach.
Is that correlated with the map of like the deepest
Oh, yeah.
area?
Oh, by far.
Okay.
By far. And you can look at the map and see there's like a little, like Rykon's like this peninsula that sticks out. There's this little bay.
Yeah, it's like the part of ice they talk
Mhm.
about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's this little bay and that's where it gets the deepest, is in that little cul-de-sac or gulf,
Okay.
if you want to call it.
I would assume that's where we should head, to be honest. If we're looking to go straight to the source.
Always go towards where they think it's dangerous.
And sounds like a guy who just took the tough feet.
Goddamn right. 161 HP and 18 on AC. That's not gonna do it.
161?
Oh.
Yeah, oh, you're 2 rolls ahead of
Mhm.
And I took tough feet, which means it gave me 32
Good
extra points on
Yeah. He's a toughie.
it.
me. 2 is nice.
All right.
So like, are you talking about Rykon between the mountains?
Yep.
Mountain.
Yep.
Jahan and Rykon.
Exactly.
Okay, so Heretic, we can just take the boat across over there. If you want.
Mhm.
So kind of traveling up into the mountains. Okay, is it everyone? And then I'll cast water breathing, and then we can collapse the boat.
I mean, she can just do breathing.
You got-
Made of water pressure anyway.
We also have a boat.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we can go.
Well, that's how we're gonna
Whatever
get
you guys
there.
want to do.
We're never gonna get there. I just don't wanna leave the boat up there, so if there is a crack in, we're
Oh, yeah.
gotta fold it up and put it back in the bag.
Yeah. Good call.
It's like most dolphins out. Where's the issue?
Jump in the boat.
Jupe in the boot.
Yeah, get the boat out. I don't know what the word was.
Excelsior. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just throw the boat and you think of like a word and you're like, what was the word again? I forgot what the word actually was, but
Expand.
yeah, you guys
That
made,
was
you
my
guys,
boat, I don't remember.
I know, he gave it to me when I did all.
Oh, yeah,
So I
yeah.
have it right
Yeah.
now.
It's probably whatever
Do you
word
remember
you
the
want.
word?
It can be whatever you want it to be, is what the thing says.
right. So was it-
So what is it? What do you want it to be?
Asshole.
Boat.
it's
She can't
it's
think of any
sages.
other word other than asshole.
It's sages, and so like the password's like secretly like Ombre, I love you, and it's like
And she's like.
Can't say it out loud.
it's like, oh, I forgot what it was.
How big do you want the boat to be?
She's like.
Enough to fit us all.
Well, I think the smaller version can't carry all of us.
No, it needs to be the medium one.
It has to be the bigger one.
All right, so for the bigger command, it's gonna be big boy.
Big boy.
Big boy.
Big boy.
Asshole.
Like thick bitch.
I like the Big Bertha, please. All right, cool. So big boy expands. Oh.
That's exactly why.
Asshole. So yeah, the boat expands.
Yeah.
And yeah, the asshole expanding is not better.
I think it's better.
No. So you guys get in the
The
boat.
anus does get larger.
No, you get in the boat and none of that happens. You get in the boat and you start going down to the southern tip. It is gonna take a little bit of time, right? You don't travel as fast via boat on a lake because there's no engine on this, you paddle.
Those paddles.
Yeah, there's paddles. But yeah, I don't know if this has a sail.
I think the bigger version did, but I'm not
Yeah,
entirely sure.
if it has a sail, then you guys can totally
I
cast
think
like
the
dust
thing
or
is like
whatever.
rowboat.
It does
then
not. It has a
boat
deck, rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, an anchor, a deck cabin, and a mast.
Oh, yes, it does.
The very last thing, oh, it does.
He controls the
No.
water, feeds the water.
It's
Yeah,
just.
I can also-
Yeah, it's just the mat. It didn't say anything about a sail.
You can't just like walk. Yeah, just use
Yeah.
your water skill.
Yeah,
you
it
just use
didn't
your
say anything
hands.
about a sail though. It's just a big stick.
It's a big
Or
mess.
do like your hands in the back as like a motor.
I could just stand behind it and canter it for hours. That's fine. Just
Yeah, no, you guys are able to make it there in a couple hours, traveling south. It starts to get cold, right? This part of the lake is a little more chilly. You guys, as you're rowing and paddling and gusting and flippering, whatever the hell you're doing, you do see, as you guys getting more towards the middle of the lake, you kind of see the landscape of the Heretic kind of fading away behind you. It's a really big lake. As you can tell from perspectively on the map, it's like bigger than half the continent, right? So it's, you go for a while, and then you start to see little jumping flying fish, kind of following alongside the boat. You do see kind of out in the distance, what?
He said the
Like, she's like, oh, like it's cute. I'm like,
It's Manny, not me.
In the distance, you kind of see the mountains of the Eastern Josie Mountains, kind of like peeking from the distance as you start getting closer to like the deep. And you have Wrath kind of looking at the map, looking around, looking back in the map, looking around. How do you know where you're at on the boat?
I thought about hiring a sailor or something. I was like, oh, we would
Nope,
do that so fast.
we're just going on the boat.
We should
went
okay.
straight.
All right,
There's the mountains, go.
cool. So you guys get to where Wrath thinks you're supposed to be.
I'm gonna try navigate.
Yeah, can
We
we?
can
can
throw you
some
in
of
there
us-
and say, go look around.
Yeah. I'm happy
Just
to do
throw
that.
her in there.
She gives some safety bubble.
Do it. Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna try navigating. What do I just roll?
Do a nature
What
check.
add to it?
Nature check.
I've sailed.
why
What
don't
am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm
I've
gonna
sailed.
background.
Huh?
23. Okay.
23. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cora, if you get the map, then you can get them. Yeah.
I have schooling, y'all. I'm actually smart. What's wrong?
I have schooling.
I'm not.
Stay in school, kids. You'll learn how to
Street
boat.
smarts.
I'm intelligent, not
I'm
wise.
street
That's
smart.
cool.
Do you guys want me to get in the water and look around or like?
Yeah, you guys get to where the deepest part is. Cora gets you there. At that point, it's whatever you want to do.
What would you like me to do?
Alright, there's things here.
Stops moving.
You can move, yeah, the water, but you're only one person, so I don't know.
I can do
I mean,
it. I don't even.
I can-
with her.
I can also cast water breathing
Yeah.
on all of us,
Yeah, so.
if we'd like to try that.
Okay, so how are you guys going to keep Xeris from jumping in after her?
He learned his lesson.
Honestly, all I can imagine in my head was me stepping over.
I
the
thought
line.
that's why I got the swim speed scroll, was so that I could jump in after. I thought that was
We need to like put down, because we can't put down anchor, right?
There is an anchor.
There's an anchor.
I mean, that's.
It's going to be too deep though.
Yeah.
But I thought we were
You
gonna
could,
like.
you could always just fold the boat up. And
Yeah.
go in.
Okay, I can do that.
So, I'll do water breathing this time.
Okay.
So,
Are you casting on everybody?
yeah, I can do it on 10 creatures. So,
If I could breathe, I could breathe.
Not my anchor.
Alright.
So,
Ready?
Weird, huh?
water breathing.
Whoa.
Cast.
Yay.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, are you folding up the boat and getting in?
I will hold up the boat. Once everybody's in, I'll jump in and
Sweet.
hold it up.
You know,
Okay.
ours.
The water is freezing.
Yeah, we did this for.
The water is absolutely cold. I need everybody to make a constitution save.
Yeah.
Am I in the water or do I have?
I think
It's still cold. You're just,
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh, I'm dead, y'all.
Is that including?
unconscious.
I can't breathe.
No,
Dead.
no, that wouldn't affect you.
Con save,
Yeah.
You ready? Here we go.
4.
22.
That's 18.
17.
17.
Okay. Corey, you take 6 points of cold damage as it's fucking. Oh, Xeris.
Oh, it's me.
Oh, he's muted.
you know that I got a 27.
Oh, I know that. Okay. So, Cora, you take 6 points of damage. Everyone else takes 3.
Just kidding.
Fix the
I'm just kidding.
picture.
Don't kill me later for that.
Oh, did I say 6? I meant 60.
Okay, yeah, I'll
I'm
take
gonna
her in my
instantly
bubble.
hug her.
Okay. That's not how that, the bubble's like around you. I don't think you can pull
I can't
someone.
bring people in.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it's like on you. I mean, she'd have to be in your skin.
Here, she can be on top, on the side of the bubble.
When I say bubble, I don't think it's like, it's not like this big sphere around you. It's just like, it's like a
It's just
bubble
like
around
almost like a
you.
skin on
Yeah,
her.
like you're just able to.
Okay, never mind.
I'm
Sorry.
Sorry if I described that weird. I was like, I don't think she could be in there
To
with
be
you.
fair, I think I said bubble specifically, but I knew,
Oh.
I knew what you meant. I was like
It's like a
Skin
film.
tight.
Yeah, it's like a film around you.
Film.
Yes.
I will, if I can catch real quick, I will cast Fire Shield for myself.
Oh, shit,
And
okay.
so it'll should generate
And it's
heat.
bright. Yeah, so it generates heat and you guys can see for, what is it?
I would say like half underwater.
Yeah, probably
again.
like 30 feet.
So,
That's cool.
30 feet of like vision. But as you guys go deep, like go underwater, it starts to get real dark. It was daytime, right? So you can see the top, you can see the sunlight, but as like farther down you go, the more it's dark and dark.
Can I feel anything, like that magnetic pull at all?
No.
Getting any direction?
You don't feel anything here.
I'm gonna keep like just checking in.
Sure. The only light you guys see is from his fire shield emitting outwards.
You getting any vibes from your bag of holding in your eye?
Well, I was like gonna say, I took the spell True Sting, so I was gonna cast on myself.
how many feet are we down, do you think?
At this point, probably about 100 feet.
Okay, I'll cast Detect Magic as well.
Okay.
And so it's right, just to see if within the next.
What's the
30
range
minutes-
on Detect
30
Magic?
feet. It's
Okay,
not far, that's what I'm saying, just within the next 30 minutes if it,
got it.
ooh, something over there.
Cool. At the moment, no, you don't see anything. You were gonna cast True Sight?
Well, you said you did what, Detect Magic?
Mhm.
What is the range on True Sight?
Well, I was kind of debating that now. Yeah, I'll do True Seeing. So, 120 feet.
Okay, so for an hour.
So for an hour on myself. See.
There is a verbal component to that, though. You're underwater.
But with water breathing, can you talk stuff?
He doesn't need water breathing. Actually, you don't need any of that because you
I
just
really
do it.
don't.
Yeah, you don't verbally do anything.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, you don't. Never mind. Yeah, you're fine. Cool. So yeah, you're able to cast that.
See through illusions, hidden doors, and into the ethereal plane. That's just gonna give me the ability to see stuff,
Oh shit.
but I don't know, in case there's something hidden down here.
Secret doors in my magic.
I would also,
That's dope.
sorry, I would also like to pull out the astral shard and hit the buttons on the handle, so that if anything is close by, that is any of those things, the blade will glow.
Okay. Cool.
It's an old school magnifier.
Yeah, I forgot the different colors and what they mean. So I guess.
I'll send you the thing again.
Yeah, please. I
Yeah.
completely forgot.
Yeah,
It's like-
because I keep forgetting too. So
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you guys keep going down and down and down. Were you able to send me that thing?
I'm sending it right now.
Honestly, I will take a gander as best I can to see if I see anything, because they obviously can't see hidden or invisible things.
Yeah, it does not change color.
I'm just gonna move on.
I need everybody
No.
to make a perception check at disadvantage. Yeah, you're underwater, Fox. And it's lake water, so it's not clear, you know.
Oh,
Gross.
The lower one is 20.
Okay,
Damn.
Mine's 19.
Cora,
20.
with disadvantage.
Because it's automatically 10.
Oh, that's right.
14.
10.
Perception.
Yes, sir.
Disadvantage.
Zaris.
15.
2?
I like how we didn't say you already know it's a two.
I just think of him like standing like a statue,
Just sinking. Okay, so everybody is kind of swimming downwards. The pressure is getting kind of heavy down here, but you're kind of fighting through it. After a short moment, Xeris.
Oh,
Messy.
So
Sudden.
Started.
Yeah, that's
Get
good.
cracking, dude.
That's gonna hit you. You guys who all had great perception, really anything over a 10 is gonna do the
A
job.
10 or over?
10 or over,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
You guys all see this scaled, hard tentacle go out and grab Xeris, and like smacking him across the chest and then wrapping around him. When it hits Xeris, it originally does 31 points of damage, bludgeoning damage, and then I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
he said dexterity, not strength. He said, hopefully.
Definitely dexterity. Definitely dexterity.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, whatever it is, it failed. It was a 5.
Okay. You're now restrained as this tentacle wraps around you and squeezes. The rest of you roll initiative.
Yay!
Not really. We're gonna end the session there, but that's
Okay.
where we'll.
Do whatever you wanna roll initiative?
No, because I'm gonna forget.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll it as we
Fair.
start next session.
Damn. Initiative.
I know, it's only 2. Can you keep playing?
If we start a combat,
Yeah,
it's gonna go until 4.
Roll on a date.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Sure.